it was everything I love about filmmaking.
Nia, honestly, this is an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for the time.
No, please. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Uh, Bone Temple is brilliant. It is
Thank you.
so well done. And it's such a unique sort of film because it's not
Mm,
just a sequel, it really is a chapter in a
mm,
larger film. What was
yeah.
that like as you're working with Danny Boyle and Alex Garland to create
Mm.
this middle chapter?
I think because, when I came into it, there were the first two scripts were written. And so, and because I think Danny introduces some characters in his film that get full arcs by the time we get to the end of my film. I did feel like I got to come to some sort of conclusion. And then at the same time, the things that had to be left open, it was really just like talking with the producers, Danny and Alex and Peter and Andrew, and just being like, okay, where do we want to make sure we end this character? What do we want them to look like? Do we know where the next one's going to start? So having answers or at least sufficient enough guesses for some of those questions was the biggest thing I thought about in terms of being the middle film. But everything else, it was really nice to kind of do the full Kelson story, the full Jimmy's, all that stuff.
You mentioned Kelson, and
Mm,
Rafe is unhinged in this movie. It is
so good.
just
He's so good.
incredible.
Yeah.
Um, I don't want to give away spoilers, but there
Mm.
is a musical number in this film.
Yeah.
I would love to hear what that was like in crafting that and with
Mm,
him and building
hmm.
this incredibly
Yeah.
bonkers and wonderful moment.
That was one of my favorite just like moments of just every department like throwing down. Like, we had our special effects department having to, do what they did to that set. Choreographer and director Shirley Maxwell coming in, my stunt coordinator Julian, my production designer, costume designers were so integral in making that like just helping me conceive that whole part of the film. And then Rafe was just so game to do whatever it took and to rehearse and to perform that in the cold, like without a shirt on, like he was just so down and so giving. It was so much fun. Like it was so fun. And, when you're shooting, you're doing that over and over and over again over several nights. And every time we watched it, it was just like, we were just like so into it. So it was like just, it was everything I love about filmmaking, which is like having the most amazing collaborators, bringing something really weird and different and hopefully new feeling to life. Yeah.
It's incredible. And not just that, the whole film
Mm,
is this fascinating exploration of humanity and the darkest corners
mm,
of our
mm, yeah.
humanity.
Yeah.
Um, in your mind, for these characters, like, what do you think hope looks like in a world where that's looking for answers?
I think it sort of comes down to what like Kelson says. I think hope is believing in each other. Like hope is believing that change is possible. Um, when he says, you know, oh shit, I can't get this way. Anyway, I will just say, I think the movie really is about saying like look to your left and look to your right. Like that is what life's about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it seems like everybody's clinging for something,
Yeah,
and I mean,
100%.
the
Well,
Jimmies
meaning,
are
they're
doing the
looking
same
for
thing.
meaning.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. They're looking for meaning in a world that seems to, I think they talk about there once was certainty, there once was
Yeah.
order.
The foundations felt unshakable and then they shook and then they fell. It's what do you hold on to? But I think the idea is like you hold on to each other.
Which is a great point. And I'd love to ask you about the power of a name
Mm,
because names are key in this film.
mm,
The Jimmies lose their identity,
yeah.
whereas Samson is given it back.
Yeah.
I was wondering in your mind, why was that an important theme to explore?
Yeah. I think, so we have on one hand, we have, like you're saying, a cult where a cult of personality where, they are stripped of their identities. That's the whole point. And then on the other hand, someone's being given an identity and in being given an identity, a name, searching for his actual identity. And um, I think inside of the story about like how searching for meaning could sometimes make us lose ourselves. Cause that's what, like when you give into like a cult, you're searching for meaning, you want something to hold on to, but you lose yourself inside of it. And not just yourself, but also your humanity, your ethics, your sense of right and wrong. And then you have a character like Samson who comes from inhumane, monstrous, whatever. And then as he gets more of his identity, you start to see kind of a, could we say goodness? I don't know, in him. So I'm as a person, that's something I think about a lot. And I'm really compelled by that. And I think it's why I reacted so strongly to the script and what Alex wanted to do. And I think the way you phrase it is beautiful. It's really about that. Like when you can find meaning in each other, you actually do find yourself.
I love that. I love that. And
Mhm.
I love this film. It's been a long time since seen a franchise where I'm like, I need the next one. And,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need the next one.
and
Yeah. I
I'm
really need them to get on it now. Yes.
honestly, Nia, thank you so much for the time. I really do
No, thank
appreciate it.
you. No,
Congratulations on the
100%.
film. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.